Hi everyone, it's Paola. Welcome back to my art and graphic design channel. I always say subscribe if you're not subscribed. But seriously, subscribe if you're not subscribed. But even if you are subscribed, please ring the bell so you're notified when I upload, because you gotta know when I upload. Apparently I don't have good reasons for you to do this, but it's so you can keep up with my channel. Okay, today's video I'm excited about because I've been wanting to do this project for a while. So for this video, we are doing a wine brand design from start to finish. So here's why I'm excited about this one right before we jump in. One of the reasons I'm excited to do this project is because I wanted to make it kind of in two parts. So this video, I'm going to be creating the brand from start to finish and just really working quickly. It's a passion project for me. I'm excited. But also in the second video, so next video, I want to create the brand guide for this. So a presentation as if I'm giving it to a client and explaining it all and all the assets of the brand. Okay, so let's get into actually designing this project. I'm excited. So to start off, I did something a little bit out of my comfort zone because I wanted to push myself. I've been wanting to push myself more with all different types of projects. So we started with paper. I know, I'm insane. So I took some wax pastels and some watercolor paper because these are water-soluble wax pastels. So I took that, put it on paper, and just explored. I've looked at a lot of inspiration online. It didn't really need to include that in this video. You know, I've looked at Pinterest, I've looked at ideas I want to do, just looked at other wine brands and thought, what can I learn from this? But I decided I wanted to do flowers and make it kind of a cool effect later using Photoshop. So I wanted to use some nice colors, do something fun, and kind of just let go a little bit because I knew the drawing didn't need to be perfect, but you know, it's such a hard thing to let go as a designer sometimes, especially if you're not comfortable drawing, but you can totally work with what you have, your skills, your talents, and create something amazing. This was really the basis, the thesis of the brand. I really wanted this motif to be part of it and kind of inform the colors later, inform how I wanted the type to look, just everything. So that was my first really strong initial idea and I just ran with it. So I brought this into Photoshop and I changed it. I mostly just added a Gaussian blur and a little bit of noise. And then I actually did some color replacing for some of the colors on the actual picture. And I just made it look almost abstract, like you couldn't really tell what it was, but it still had the effect of florals. And yeah, I don't know, it really worked out. I feel like sometimes I'm not confident in my drawing skills and sometimes something can look kind of crazy at the beginning, but you really just have to have your vision for it. And I trusted myself. Now, moving into the logo design. So for this, I definitely felt like I just wanted to use typography. So I just kind of ran with editing a little bit of type and just kind of doing a quick style design and really just trusting my gut and going for it. So I went with the brand Good Times and I used Good Times, exclamation point, good, exclamation point, and G, exclamation point. And that's kind of the variations of the logo, which I know is not typical, but I found this to be kind of interesting and cool. It's really about pushing myself to do something outside the box, and I feel like I'm doing that. So after a bit of type manipulation and creating this feel for the brand, I started choosing colors. So for the colors, it was really informed, like I said, by the original drawing and then using some different colors with that color replace. So I ended up with a really nice color palette based off of that. And this is, again, just the work in progress. This is not how I would present the brand. So that will be in the next video, like I said, just in a way more put together way. So yeah, so far in this, it's a really good work in progress. And like I said, I'm just keeping it rolling. I'm moving very quickly and I think it's coming together really great. Okay, so our next task will be making a wine label. So that's gonna go on a bottle, right? So that was kind of the main packaging for this brand project. I knew I wanted it to be in mockups. I wanted it to be posters. I wanted it to be wine bottles and, you know, pictures of glasses and just creating the whole atmosphere of the brand. Okay, so the wine label, I made it 3 by 2 inches, but also 2 by 3 inches, you know, just depending on where the mockup was gonna fit in. So I had to take a look at that. But I made it with that image that I created and I just think it looked so cool. Honestly, it made me so happy seeing it all come together because I really did trust my gut, especially with that drawing and saying, okay, how can I make it look good? So I'm adding in the imagery and the type and choosing colors that I want to use, and then also I'm adding in a little bit of like my copywriting. I always try to add in like catchphrases and things like that work with the brand here, and this is me kind of choosing the font choices as well that would accompany something like the logo, Good Times. So that was cool, and I had a fun time putting that one together. So once I created that label, I copied all of that and brought it into the mockups. So in Photoshop, all I had to do was just double click into the area where it says your design here. It's usually how mockups work if you're not familiar. They're very kind of clear cut where you need to put your stuff to replace what they have. So I did that and I added it to the wine bottle and it just looked so great. After that, I actually went back a lot of times and tweaked it just to make sure it was looking as best as possible, and I chose the right colors and I moved the things to the right amount of margins. And I just like where it went, but it was a lot of like trial and error with the mockups, because I also was using a different mockup from a different place for the second wine bottle, and then for that one I had to remove the background, which meant I needed to remove the shadow, but then there was a thing, and I don't know, it was a thing. You'll see it later. I go back, I fix it. Don't worry if you see any sort of wine bottle with a little bit of like a cut taking out of it when I exported it. Trust me, I fixed that later. Don't worry. In the final product, it'll be all good. So for the second wine bottle, like I said, I am removing the background because I want that to just be its own standalone PNG. Because it was already on a blank background, I just didn't really like it. I love atmospheric photos, so I want to use it for later, especially for like the social media post of this brand. But yeah, anyway, brought this into mockups, everything looked great, and then we're moving forward to making posters. Here's where I started using some of the images that I downloaded off camera. I know it's a little bit boring to show you every single detail of finding images. I mean, that kind of takes me a while, but I did collect a really nice set of images, and that will be in the brand presentation as well. I went to places like Pexels, Adobe Stock, like places where I could find free images that had a copyright-free license. So yeah, definitely places like that, check out, and I will have the mockups and the things I've found specifically linked below. But I think the collection of images that I found are really good for this brand, so we're gonna keep moving forward, and you'll see the whole collection later toward the end of the branding. Utilizing those images, I created a couple more poster options, and I'm really liking how they're looking. Like I said, I messed one up a little bit with that wine bottle export, but I fixed that. And I love this vibe, and I'm just ready to put it all together into the Instagram. So the Instagram post, I am creating a carousel for all the final imagery that I put together for this brand, and I'm kind of putting together the final imagery for the Instagram post right now. So the main things are like I said, posters and the logos itself, the color choices, and the imagery. Then we have the mockups and how that all interacts, but I just really wanted to make this a fun, finished brand. So the social media post is kind of where I showcase it to everyone, so that's also important too. So here's that process. Let's just chill, design together, and hang out. Okay, so that is that on that. And that is the wine brand, Good Times. And I'm really happy about how this brand worked out. I love it. I'm very happy. And in the next video, we're going to actually put together the real brand presentation so you can really see it in terms of all assets. So it's going to be a much more put together version of this brand, be finalized and be as if I'm giving it to a client. This one was more like the creative process and how I posted it all and finished up the brand for Instagram and for my personal projects, for my portfolio. But yeah, this is how I do it, and I thought it was really fun. I love a good design project. I hope you guys do too. If you did like this video, please give it a like. It really helps my channel when you guys like and comment, I always say, but please comment. I love to hear your thoughts. And what are you working on lately? Please tell me. And I will see you in the next video, which will be the brand presentation of this brand. So cool, I'm excited. Okay, bye.